Hi, I'm Josh. I'm 19. I go to Maryville University here in St. Louis, and then outside of school, I play blind hockey for the St. Louis Blues Blind Hockey Club, as well as I made Team USA in 2024.
When they handed him to me, and newborn baby opened those big ol' eyes, and I knew instantly that something wasn't right. So they called in an ophthalmologist. He came into the room and looked at us and just said, your child's blind, he'll never see. So you need to be prepared for what that looks like.
So I was born with congenital glaucoma, which it's a visual disability that essentially it raises your eye pressure a lot, and then it cuts out a large amount of your peripheral vision. I see about a pinhole or so like 6 or 7 degrees out of my left eye.
I think he had 18 surgeries that first year.
His first surgery was 7 days old. To date, he's had 31. Those early interventions are so critical. You have such a small window. Well, when you look at brain development and eye development, it was a journey. Those first couple years were very scary. We didn't know what Josh could see, what he couldn't see, but we were gonna fight like crazy to give him every opportunity. I would bring Josh and he would go his own way. Even as a toddler, I was in the room with the moms and he was with the kiddos. That was the first time, aside from family conversations, that I didn't feel lost. That I felt that support and knew that we could do this.
You tackle these things as a family. I mean, blindness doesn't just affect the person who's blind, it affects everybody.
It's such an incredible community. It's not, community is not the right word. I would say it's definitely an extended family.
I remember when I was 3 coming here, coming to different facilities and different events, climbing that wall over there, doing all sorts of different things.
For me, Delta Gamma, that's the biggest thing they did for Josh, is to get him to a place where he had the confidence to say, okay, I'll try anything, and he will try anything. All of those are experiences that he got from getting around people who are walking through the same things he's walking through. And I think maybe the biggest thing for me beyond that would be that I saw him become more compassionate as a human being. Because he got to where he would start taking the littler kids as he got older under his wing. And that to me was probably worth every morning drive.
Delta Gamma, when I was growing up, has definitely like installed more of like a support system for me, like always knowing that like they're gonna have me and everyone here knows I can do things. So them seeing that really helps me believe that like I have the capability to do stuff, and it puts that fire behind me.
Somebody had donated the hockey tickets to Delta Gamma.
He got really excited and he was like, well, maybe someday I can play hockey.
That's when it started. We had a doctor's appointment not long after that, and of course he's going on and on and on to Dr. Leader about his experience going to the game, and he had his monocular and he was trying to follow as best as he could. And it was about 6 months later that they had their first try blind hockey event in St. Louis that changed his life for sure.
I think that that's probably the biggest thing Delta Gamma does, is it teaches these kids, hey, figure out what you can do. And then once you figure out what you can do, then you might surprise yourself. And there are things you might want to do that you never thought you could do. I could not have envisioned where he is today. It's impossible. But I do think that what he experienced here with the various people that worked with him, I think it's a huge part of why he's where he's at. It's a huge part.
I got to make my debut on the national team here in St. Louis. Someone who also came to Delta Gamma Center was singing the national anthem, and that like really hit me. I was like, oh, I made it.
It was overwhelming in the emotion that all of the surgeries, all of the drives, all of the things that we've done to get to that point. And we know that that's just the beginning for Josh.
It's been great knowing that, I mean, I have all of these different people and resources backing me, and a bunch of people who are like, oh, we've worked with Josh. We know what he's capable of. We've helped him get to where he is. So it's great to like finally show people how what they did for me when I was a kid has shown off and paid off.
Josh has got more capability to set the course for his life than he would have had without Delta Gamma. There's just no question in my mind. Our son is going to have a markedly better life than he would have had without it.